Welcome to Retro Gold Movies. Today's must-see film is Raging Bull. This film was released in 1980 and was directed by Martin Scorcese. Raging Bull is a true story that chronicles the turbulent life of middleweight boxing champion Jake Lamotta, both inside and outside the ring, where the film starts off in 1941 and progresses through to the 60s. It was based on his book, where he also was a consultant, and the script was written by Paul Schrader, with some rewrites by Scorcese and Deniro. This film is a revelation that has to be seen by every moviegoer. It is not only the best boxing movie ever, it could also be one of the greatest films ever made. It's what you could call a perfect, multifaceted gem in every sense. We'll start with the direction. This is, in my opinion, Scorsese's greatest film ever. A controversial position, as many will claim Taxi Driver to be that movie. However, there are few films in his repertoire, if any, that match the level of beauty in this film. The reason why it is so beautiful is that he invested every single bit of his heart, energy, and soul for that project, as it was his personal comeback film, and it shows in every scene. First off, it is shot in black and white, which is perfect, as seeing this in color would be unimaginable and would lack the same poetry and mystique. Scorsese masterfully composes each shot, where he makes use of extreme close-ups and slow motion to help the viewer see what the other characters see, in most cases what Lamotta sees. The same impact can be felt by the quiet scenes between the two characters, which really allow you to be drawn into their relationship and family dynamic. It's really quite powerful. Small details such as the background radio music playing in the background really puts you in that time period. Special mention also goes to Thelma Schoonmaker's editing, which is so precise and paced so well that the film marvelously unfolds in a way that is just pure art. She won the Academy Award for her work, and most deservedly so. The fight scenes are absolutely astonishing. Instead of using multiple cameras, Scorsese used a single camera inside the ring. This gives us the viewer a third fighter perspective. What we see are brutal close-up punishments between two fighters, and that combined with fast speed to normal speed to slow motion footage that results in seeing noses being broken in graphic fashion, heads being clobbered, blood squirting from wounds. The savagery of the fight is so amazingly displayed that you don't get a moment to breathe, as you see a flurry of fast punches to slow down hooks. The director also added unique elements such as smoke in the ring and heat waves in camera to get the sense of complete claustrophobia, fatigue, and despair. This paired with animalistic sounds while punches being thrown to really show the savagery of the fight. It's a thrilling experience that I've yet seen in another boxing movie. I do have to mention one key scene, which will likely exhilarate many viewers, is the title fight sequence where Lamotta and his brother are walking to the ring through the crowds. The combination of music, floating camera behind them, and excitement perfectly illustrate what master filmmaking is all about. Let's talk about the acting and the perfect cast. This is De Niro's best performance ever, which ended up winning the Oscar. He is known to be a very committed and dedicated performer. However, this movie really showcased how much of an artist he really was and how far he was willing to go to play this role. De Niro trained over 1,000 rounds with the real Lamotta, and by the end of it, he stated that De Niro could have been a real contender. He was that good in the ring. There are even claims that he apparently boxed in 3 real matches, wherein he won 2 of them. He also packed on 60 pounds of real weight while taking a break from productions to do so. When he came back, the producers of the film didn't even recognize him. His face, neck, and stomach had ballooned, and he looked like a completely different person. De Niro's brilliance in his role was in the way he inhabited Jake LaMotta. He is not the same person we are more familiar with in other films such as Goodfellas or Casino, but a real and damaged person with a tremendous amount of paranoia. This film also features him with a ton of dialogue, whereas other movies may have showcased his tough guy stares and intimidating looks. Joe Pesci plays his brother, and he does so with real conviction and warmth. During filming, the two spent a lot of time together and developed a close bond. This definitely comes across in the film, and you see that connection and it feels genuine. This is definitely one of my favorite Pesci performances, and allows for such range and emotion to be shown. Cathy Moriarty, who plays Vicky, Lamotta's wife, was simply amazing and beautiful with her dazzling blonde hair. A complete unknown and beginner to acting, she put her raw talent to work and it really shows. Her ability to listen to whoever she was playing off of was really convincing. Her performance was also helped out enormously by Deniro, who generously used improvisation to help out his fellow actors in delivering the scenes. And now for the musical score. Instead of requesting something original, Scorsese wanted to use Pietro Mascagni's Cavalleria Rusticana, which is absolutely beautiful. It fits so perfectly in every instance and gave the film a stirring sense of emotion and sentimentality. There could not have been any score more well suited to this film, and it will forever be associated with Raging Bull. Here are some closing thoughts. This film only won 2 Academy Awards, one for acting and the other for editing. This is probably one of the greatest upsets in film history, as it should have won every single award, including that of Best Picture and Best Director. Although getting mixed reviews in 1981, some critics today have called Raging Bull the greatest film of the 80s. I would agree, and even go as far as to suggest that it would be the top film of the 90s as well. I'll leave you with this one last comment by the real Jake Lamotta. After he saw the movie, he turned to his ex-wife Vicky and asked her if he really was that bad, and she replied, "You were worse." Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this retro gold movie recommendation of Raging Bull. We look forward to staying in touch with you and for giving you some more great recommendations in the future. Take care.